Survivor Specialist Phil and Alexa are back with our final episode of the Survivor Guatemala rewatch. And tonight we are joined by very special guest, Judd Sargent of Survivor Guatemala. We got him. This is super exciting. We're super excited to have you, Judd. Thanks so much for coming on.
Woohoo! Thanks for having me on, my man.
This is awesome. So we just finished Guatemala last night. Most of us, I mean, this week, we did the whole rewatch in like 5 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it was. It was really quick. But this was, so, this is fresh in everybody's mind. So we're going to, we want to hear everything that was going on out there, what you thought of these people. It has been 23 seasons. So we also want to know, where's everybody at now? What are you up to? Everything that's going on. I mean, this is the Judd show here.
Well, I mean, I got beat by 4 girls and a gay guy. And went right back to work as soon as I got back. And I'm still at the hotel. And I'm waiting for my second chance on my blood and water. I'm waiting for something. Something's got to be around the corner for me, my man.
We've been waiting for your second chance, too. I'm surprised you haven't been back yet.
Oh, now Alexa's saying that, but the other when I first heard her the other day, she's like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't think I'll get him.
I like Philip. I like Philip. Philip's like, get him back. Alexa's like, I don't know.
Oh, you pay attention.
And you're from New York too. I mean, you're from New York. I mean, come on.
I know. I'm right down the street. I don't know how to tell you this. I'm from Boston, but I do live in New York.
That's why she doesn't get us.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, but that's why she
doesn't. California.
I'm actually a big Patriot and a Red Sox fan from New York.
Oh, this is great. This is starting off great.
Oh, now you like me?
Oh, now I like you.
Oh, I'm a little sick though. I thought for sure we were gonna, do a number on Alexa here, but I guess, man, that threw me.
Phil.
No, I'm not done yet. We just started.
Yeah,
it's been 5 minutes.
I know.
My wife's in the background saying, "Be nice, be nice."
We didn't ask you to come on and be nice, Judd.
No, we're super mean to each other. We want you to be yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be.
We want that New Jersey personality. That's what we're here for. That's why everybody listens today.
Well, that's what I got, my man. That's what I got.
All right, well, let's talk about. Go ahead.
Did you finish watching the show?
Yeah, we're done.
Finished.
We just finished.
Oh, it's done. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I should have won that show.
Should have won.
And
I mean, I do.
Let's do it right now.
Bobby John and see, what people don't know is that when Bobby John got voted out and Hugaboom and Jamie, I already had all their votes already. I mean, I was locked in. That's why I need a second chance, because I know that. See, now this game is more of my game now. It's kind of ruthless now. I mean, back then, what was it, 12 years ago, if you said one thing, I mean, it was just like, they took it too serious, or, now, I mean, you can get away with saying whatever you want and still kind of, get your way out of it.
Well, and that's the thing. We see a lot more villains kind of like push their way through this game now. And you made it far for a villain in like one of those early seasons, especially as loud as you were, as early as you were. And it's interesting that you bring up the point of you already had all those votes, because that was the whole thing. Even though Rafe was quiet and everything, watching that finale last night, it didn't look like he had as many votes as you would assume.
Right. We got cut off there a little bit.
Oh, did I? Sorry about that.
A little bit. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, I was just saying, you were saying all the votes you had. But with Rafe...
Well, that's what they were telling me.
You would think Rafe had a lot of votes, but he was because he was quieter. But was that not the case at all?
No, Rafe. Well, yeah. I mean, Rafe would have had a lot of votes too if Stephanie would have took him, or was it Danny? So long ago.
Yeah.
Danny. If Danny would have took Rafe, I think Rafe would have probably won.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
You would have voted for Rafe.
But I would have voted for Rafe instead of Danny. I mean, the only reason why I didn't vote for Stephanie is because she kind of, me and her were pretty tight during the game, and she kind of, I said one thing to Danny that I probably shouldn't have said, but she took it a little too. Stephanie took it a little too far and believed her, but I was just saying something to make Danny feel good. It wasn't something intentional. I wasn't gonna. I was gonna do, but Stephanie took it.
He didn't listen to me.
Well,
What did you want him to do?
wait. Let me tell you what happened. This is the truth.
No,
Yeah.
He didn't listen to me, or else he would have won the game.
This is what happened. I won the family visit, right? So Kristin came out to see me. So I was explaining the game. I said, okay, I'm in alliance with Stephanie and Rafe, and I think I got this. I mean, you know, and I love the last challenge. I could stand there for hours. I know I can.
The leading.
And Cindy, of course, I had her. And when Kristin was there, she was like, all right, Judd, listen, just try to keep your mouth shut, but don't trust that girl Danny over there. And I said, okay. As soon as Kristin left, I went over to Danny because Danny came up with some cockamamie story like, oh, yo, we can change this game around. Now, I was just making Danny feel good. Like, okay, yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah.
It doesn't, don't worry about it. She's going home tonight anyway.
Right. And she won that. Right.
She had.
Make a long story short, everybody out there, I would have won $1 million if I listened to my wife. So all the guys that are listening right now, listen to your wife. It cost me $1 million.
We gotta print that out and put that on a poster or something.
Yeah, you should. You should.
The reason why she didn't even look at me the eye when she was introduced to me.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so Kristin got a bad vibe right away, and when she left, she says, "Just keep your mouth shut. You're doing pretty good."
She wouldn't even look at me. She wouldn't look at me in the eye. She wouldn't, when she was introduced to me, she wouldn't look at me. I got to meet them for a few minutes. Besides the people that I slept in the, you know.
Yeah.
She wouldn't look at me.
You didn't sleep with Rafe, did you?
No.
Uh-oh. Sounds like there's some drama going on there.
Maybe if she did, I would have went to the final 3 for sure.
Oh, see, this is the juice. This is the juicy gossip that we don't get just watching the show.
No, Rafe don't play that game though. Rafe bats the other way.
Love him. But no,
I like Rafe.
Judge's like, oh, don't know. She's going home that night. She's going home.
Yeah, I'm telling Kristin, she's going home. She's going home, and she had that. What was that? The advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But see, that was so important. You're gonna see me in 5 days anyway. You should have.
Oh yeah, listen to this one over here. Now she's going to took the advantage. Listen to this one.
So when
I'll
Daniel,
tell you what,
oh, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was telling Kristin, she keeps saying that, but I'll tell you what screwed me up too was when you win these challenges, it's who you take that is the most important. So when I won that challenge, I should have took Rafe. Even though Cindy gave me the money to see Kristin, I still should have took Rafe because that would have gave me time to really seal the deal with Rafe and Steph. Kristin's like, no, you had to take her. I'm like, listen, no, I didn't have to take her. She did me a favor, and I love Cindy. But, you know, those challenges really, when you win, you know, immunity is the most important, of course. But the challenges when you win, you got to be careful. You got to make sure you're taking the right people.
Mm-hmm.
See, that I wore my heart on my sleeve, and I went the other way. But what are you going to do?
And you just took Steph there because
to play again.
There you go. I mean,
there you go.
Have you been reached out to? I mean, I'm sure you have to be asked.
We're breaking up.
Have you been reached out to?
We're breaking up there. We're breaking up, Philip.
Has anyone reached out to you from casting for round 2?
No.
No way.
Really?
No. What is round 2? What do you mean for?
Just to come back again on another season.
I think I might have got one call. Actually, no. I think I got a couple, but they weren't really. You know, it was like, you know, it wasn't really. We're really interested. It was just like, are you ready? I'm like, hell yeah. I'll always be ready because I definitely want to play again.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so like with this type of thing, and this is a perfect segue to this, Guatemala, your season, has never had a returning player. Why? It's a very, very interesting cast. You're all over the place with the people on there. Why has nobody been back?
I have no idea, and I do have to say it was probably one of the toughest survivors ever. I mean, you're talking to a guy from living in Jersey, but worse in New York. I'm a freaking doorman. I never went camping in my life. And they throw you out in the jungle, and you got to run 11 miles to try to find your camp. I mean, the whole thing was like, whoa.
How long did that whole hike take?
Well, what they did was, I have to say it probably started at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because in Guatemala, it got dark probably by about 5. So it took us 2 days because, you know, it's pitch black. You can't see anything. So you just got to fall right down. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't see anything. So as soon as it got dark, we just plopped back down and got up when the sun came out and went on our merry little way. But it was tough. I mean, it was 11 miles. I mean, 11 miles doesn't seem like a lot of miles, but when you're in all that jungle and all, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Well, and it decimated your tribe.
What's that?
It decimated your tribe.
Well, I tell you what.
Like
Jeff likes to say, you know, we all went down. I tell you what, to be honest with you, I went down for about an hour, and that was it, if that. And there was nobody nurturing me. I was just the fat guy left in the corner. I got no nurturism by anybody.
This is great.
I just laid there. And I threw up, and you got Margaret rubbing Bobby John and what's his name, Blake's back. And I'm sitting there like, what about me?
Is this where your resentment for Margaret came?
No, like I said on the show, she would like tell us what to do. Like, okay, we're gonna get up and we're gonna go fishing, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. I'm like, whoa. The only people I listen to is my boss and my wife. And I'm not, number one, I'm not even a fisherman. So she would like kind of have us want to get up and do things, and I was like, no, it's not gonna work like that. And
hey,
but yeah, she didn't like me too much.
So then I gotta ask, where did the ADD come in? So when did she say this to you?
I never even heard about ADD in my life. That was the first time. I'd never heard of it before. I just thought it sounded good by her saying. I thought it was like a bad word or something. And then somebody at camp had to actually tell me what it meant. I was like, oh shit.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
But she was right. I definitely have ADD. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I got everything. ADHD, AT&T. I got it all.
AT&T. There's our product placement for the evening.
She was right, though. She nailed it on the button. But I had to go back to camp and ask somebody, hey, what is that? What's ADD?
Good thing they told you the right thing.
Yeah, I think Bobby John was the one who brought it to my attention that it's attention deficit disorder.
There we go.
Now, when I heard that, I didn't think that was too nice to say. So then I flipped out. I'm like, wait, that's not
the best opening statement.
I think she did say it, though.
You think?
She did say it, yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, because that tribal council is one of the most ridiculous ones ever. Is you standing up and yelling and. I mean, for entertainment purposes, that should have gotten you brought back just that alone.
Oh, I was all fired up. I was like, whoa. But she didn't really take a liking to me, and I really didn't take a liking to her. So one of us had to go, and I'm glad it was her way before me. Because we started getting sick of each other a little bit. So I guess.
Well, now I want to talk to her and want to know why she's nurturing everyone else and not helping you out.
Yeah, well, she was a nurse. So whenever Blake would go down, like he was hurt constantly, and all you see is her was like running to him. And I'm like, whoa, dude, what the hell is going on here? I mean, she's married and everything. I don't know. It looked to me like he was trying to hit on him. I don't know.
Well, he was the frat boy of the island, apparently.
He was Blake.
He was Superman when it was.
Yeah, and then when it came to a challenge, he'd be like Superman, and then he'd go lay out and not get wood or do anything. You just wait for the challenge to come up, and here comes Superman.
Oh my God!
And he's gonna go collapse when we get home.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. And then he gets a massage and his feet and his legs, and then I got to hear it. Well, he's really not feeling too well. I'm like, get out of here. He feels fine.
So he was milking it. That's what you're saying. He was milking it. Was he, Blake was out there milking it, right? That's what you're saying?
Oh, totally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I God forbid he was really hurt, but I don't know. Every time I turned around, there was something wrong with him. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Another day with Blake.
Because we had because you recover, Bobby John recovers. A lot of your team, they end up bouncing back. But Blake, now that we're saying this again, Blake is just, he kills the challenge and then he just knocks out for 3 days and then rinse and repeat.
Right. Well, the first day there after the challenge, me and him were sitting on top of the ruin, me and Blake. So he turns around and he looks at me. Now, I think he's playing the game as he's telling me this. He's like, dude, he's like, I don't know if I can do this for 39 days. Almost like he wanted me to say, I'm getting out of here. I can't handle this. I'm getting out of here. So, I looked at him like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, go home then.
See ya.
Yeah.
See,
and it seemed
I'll
like
you out.
Yeah, he wanted no part.
I always liked when somebody went home.
Well, you had the kiss of death before you went home. You always said when you got voted out, you were sitting there saying, I'm so happy. Like, I love when people get voted out. This is the best part.
I know.
And then there you go.
I know.
Yeah, that's a kiss of death right there. I'm sure the editors loved that.
I know, but see, and I said that to myself. Somebody must have been, I don't know what happened. And then I go, oh, I got totally blindsided. I had a feeling that day walking to tribal council. Things just weren't too, I don't know. I felt something in my stomach. I'm like, damn, holy cow. I might be going home.
So when you guys were talking at tribal too, did you think you were going home or did that kind of weave in and out?
No, I thought I was still safe. I thought I was still in there. I mean, I thought I was safe. I thought I had no idea I was going home. But I'll tell you what, in that game, the best thing to do is get blindsided. I mean, I felt bad for like Hugaboom and guys that had to be running around camp saying, you're going home tonight. Yeah, and that's pretty rude. See, I'm the guy with no bark. That was me. I'm not, like Lydia says, I'm a gentle giant. I mean, I've never seen somebody play this game that didn't lie, steal, or cheat anyway. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But you got to be good at it.
Yeah. Well, like you said, all the seasons now, everyone's lying. Like, it's not a big deal because that's what everyone does now.
Right. And they get away with it. And then, you can do it now. It was like when I said something, I didn't expect somebody right away to flip it over. Now it's just like Stephanie didn't have to take what Danny said to heart. She could have been like, nah, he's just saying that to make you feel better. But now you can say whatever you want. And it's like, okay, well, I believe him.
Well, when you had the idol clue and you lied about it being on the ground, I was saying, I'm sure you saw this podcast, I was like, that's a genius move. He's the first person to ever do this. And everyone was telling me I was crazy. I thought that was an awesome move on your part.
Yeah, but I was also hammered still from the night before.
Yeah, so maybe the selling was a little tough.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up that morning with a cigar in my mouth.
I got to say, that's one of my favorite images from the season is you sitting there with the lobster and the steak with the cigar in your mouth, ordering another drink.
Oh, wasn't that great?
That was awesome. Where did you even get that cigar?
Oh, that challenge, I tell you what, the most important thing about that game is winning immunity. That's it. But the challenges that I won, I was like, wow, man, this is like a vacation for me. Like I would be in helicopters, I'd be at somebody's house, I'd be taking showers, I'd be jumping in pools. I'm like, wow, man, this is great. Yeah, so we had the choice to either watch the cast members watch me eat and smoke and drink, or I could have just ate and went back home. And I'm like, I'm closing this place down.
You got one chance. You got to.
Yeah, right? That's what I said to myself. I'm not going to, I mean, that Survivor was, I mean, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. So I'm going to take all of this in and just ride with it. I'm sure the other members weren't too happy with me, though.
Did you tell him you were, why don't you tell him that
What
you
happened?
were called for the season before?
Which one?
Palau.
Oh, yeah, I think I was called for Palau before Guatemala.
Okay.
Right.
And then it didn't go through.
It didn't go through, and I went back for
they
this
called you back
twice, and they called me back, and I went to Guatemala.
Well, let me ask you then. We just had Troyzan on this podcast. I'm sure you still watch, correct? Or do you not watch anymore?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great guy. I like him.
So we had Troyzan on, and he was on here, and he said he almost got cast for Guatemala, but they put Gary on instead.
Oh,
So I guess, like, how do you feel about that? Would you have rather played? I know you played with Gary, and I don't know if you know Troyzan, but what do you think Troyzan would have done on that season since you were actually there?
Oh, I was so happy to play with a professional quarterback because I got to ask him the best. I mean, I'm a huge fan of football, baseball. I'm an athlete, so I mean, it was wonderful. I mean, what was that, the Ponderosa, when we all went back there, I was asking Gary who hit you the hardest and, you know, everything. It was great. So I'm glad I got to play with definitely Hugaboom instead of Troyzan.
So when did it become common knowledge to everyone that he was a professional football player? Because it's not really told on us.
Well, we were in the tug-of-war contest, and I know Hugaboom from when he played with the Cowboys, but, you know, that was years ago. So, you know, he changed, you know, a little gray and all. But we were doing a tug-of-war challenge, and it was just me and Gary left. So Danny turns around and says, Judd, you're a linebacker. You're a linebacker. He's a quarterback. So then I really got to turn around, and I said, holy shit. That is Gary Hugaboom. Because I really looked at him. I said, look, after she said that, I was like, wow.
So she knew.
She knew right away. Because I think she was a sportscaster, or she did something in that field. So she knew right away. But I was like, that is Hugaboom. And I'm not a Cowboy fan, so I had to make sure he went home before I did.
Yeah, you got to beat him.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody was thanking you.
I mean, I had to. But I love Gary.
Good for America.
Gary was awesome.
Well, you brought up Ponderosa, and this is, I mean, we are so far from the finale of Guatemala, but that's fine. This is the ADD version of the Guatemala finale recap. So this is perfect. With Ponderosa, we don't get to see it back then. We see it now, but we didn't get to see it back then. What was it like back then? And can you give us like a cool moment or something that happened while you were there?
Oh, it was all cool. I mean, the Ponderosa is great. Like I said, it was like a vacation. I mean, we just hung out and played wiffle ball and threw the football around and ate and drank a couple beers, and, you know, it was great. I mean, Ponderosa was cool. They had a chef there that cooks for you. But see, when we were in Guatemala, I don't know how the Ponderosas are on other shows, but we still had to live in a tent.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
you still had to rough it.
Gary had to rough it too.
Gary was with us too.
So
see, that's why, you know, we came back. That's why I got a lot of knowledge about who's the hardest hitter in the NFL when you played, and it was pretty cool. A lot of downtime. I mean, you sit there and you bullshit, but, you know, you get to bring an item that's one of your favorite items, and mine happens to be a wiffle ball and a wiffle ball bat. So we'd be playing wiffle ball every day and just shooting the breeze.
Did Jamie and Bobby John ever fight? We both went, Alexa.
Oh, that was you go first.
I just wanted to know, did Bobby John and Jamie ever fight over wiffle ball?
Yeah, I think they did.
I think they fought over everything.
And I mean, that little ruckus they got in, I was dying. I was like, oh,
what
God.
was that? We were like, what the heck were they yelling at each other?
What was that?
That was like watching two dogs like yell at each other in a dog park.
Oh.
Yeah. It was like, wait, do you guys really want to hit each other, or is this what was that? What are you guys doing? I mean, if you're gonna hit somebody, hit them.
They were either gonna hit each other or kiss. I couldn't decide.
That's what I thought.
Like they spoke a different language.
Like they spoke some different language or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it. I mean,
so funny.
It's just funny when you have those two personalities. This is what I'm talking about. Your season has so many all over the place people. And then it's funny when you come back from that challenge and you're sitting there being the voice of reason to Jamie. And all season we've seen you as the loud guy, but really Jamie's the crazy one. You're the one who's telling him, like, dude, you're going way overboard here.
Oh, I had to calm him down every day. Me.
Oh my God.
I had to calm him down.
Oh my God.
Yeah, near the end, he must have been going nuts.
Oh, Jamie was losing his mind. I kind of felt bad. I was like, whoa, this guy's losing his mind, man. But, you know, hey, as much as I love Jamie, it was nice to see him go too.
Hey, as long as it's not you.
Exactly. I mean, I hate to be ruthless, but that's part of the game. Somebody's got to go. And if it ain't me, you know, I felt good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wish he didn't go, but, you know, somebody's got to go.
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm Phillips, the only one that likes Guatemala. That's cool.
I'm the only one who likes Guatemala?
Yeah. The forgotten season. Oh, Lexa liked it too?
Yeah, I liked it too.
The rewatch was great.
Yeah, I'm really glad we rewatched your season because we're loving it this second time around. I don't like the fact that no one's been brought back, like Phil said earlier, is nuts because you guys had such a crazy cast.
I know. I know. I don't get it.
I can't believe you've only gotten a few calls too. Like that's it.
I know. I'll tell you what. I came home from that game and I said to myself, out of all of my friends in my neighborhood here, the only one that could have done that as like I did was my twin brother Timmy. Mm-hmm. I would love to play with him. They should have a whole twins thing. There's a whole bunch of twins. Jamie, Rafe, Cindy, Mindy, Judd, Timmy. I mean, we can go Natalie.
Wow.
I mean, they should have a twin season. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, out of the seasons that have run since Guatemala, which one would you have wanted to play on? Like, which one do you think you would have done the best on?
Which one would I want to be on?
Yeah.
Which one would I want to be on? You know who I would like to have played with? Russell's season.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would have never let him get in my head. Yeah, no. I would have liked to play in that season. Because mine was what, 12 years ago. Wow.
Wow.
Than that, I think.
Well, might even be longer than that. Yeah.
And
12 years ago.
Yeah.
It's even crazy.
2005, right?
Yeah.
Woo! Get back. That's too long. That's too long not to get a phone call.
Oh my God.
It's a long time to wait for a phone call.
Yeah. Well, if you guys have any pull with CBS, please let them know. I'm very, very interested.
I wish we did.
I really wish we did.
I wish we would. I mean, the two of us.
We'll just start tweeting at them. Yeah, we want to play
be on this game. So
now, being that you guys are big fans, now be honest with me. I want you to be honest with me now. Mm-hmm. Out of everybody that played in Guatemala, you can say who. Name 3 players that you would like to see come back from Guatemala.
I would say, I think we kind of answered this. I would say, I want to see Gary for sure. I would want to see. I think Gary was ahead of his time. I really do. I loved Gary. If it was a winter season, I would want to see.
Cool.
If it was a winter season, I would want to see Danny. I wouldn't want her to play in a season like we just had because I think that would kind of be a waste.
Right.
So, and then the other 2 would be you and Brian Corridan.
Oh.
Brian, yeah.
Bill, you nabbed mine.
I know. I had to steal it from Alexa. I had to go.
Oh my gosh, you gave 4. He asked for 3.
All right, now it's your turn. Your turn, Alexa.
Well, I was gonna say Brian, but Phil totally just like stole my
thunder. You can say Brian too.
All right. Well,
All right,
I'm
now
gonna say
Philip
Brian.
has to pick another one then.
Okay, no. I'll give
can't
Phil.
go-
I'll give it to Phil. Well, so I'll name one who Phil didn't name because I like everyone's Phil's listed. I want to see Amy again because I thought she was hilarious.
That's what my wife's over here saying. Amy, yeah.
She was so funny. I would love.
Amy's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I was on her tribe. That's a big difference. I mean, because she's Northeast and so am I, and we kind of had a lot in common.
So, who do you still keep in touch with from this season?
I was just with Jamie 3 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, about a month ago, I went to Fort Lauderdale, hung out with Jamie, and who else? Brian and Amy. Matter of fact, they came by my neighborhood on 55th and 7th. We went to the Old Castle Pub.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they came by, and Hugaboom keeps in touch on Facebook.
You talk to him on the phone.
On the phone, Hugaboom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about Steph? I gotta ask.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Where's Steph?
I don't know what Steph. I don't know.
She was just in Tom's River.
She was just in Tom's River, though, Philip.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, with her husband. I don't know who her husband plays for, but he played for the Phillies.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Kendrick, right?
But I think she still might live in Philly. I'm not too sure, though. But
Yeah,
if I
I-
saw Stephanie, I'd hang out with her. Stephanie cool. Stephanie was awesome.
We hung out with Danny.
And then Danny actually stayed at my hotel. What was that?
She was dating.
When she was dating
What's his name?
Jesse Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they stayed at the hotel. We went to Carmine's for dinner.
That was years
But
ago.
that was years ago. But I keep in touch with Jamie mostly. And Amy and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Any word from Bobby John?
Oh, we haven't heard from them in a long time.
You know what? When me and Bobby John talk on the phone, he doesn't understand the word I'm saying. I don't understand the word he's saying. So
Those accents.
I guess my wife's on Facebook and we just
I haven't talked to
Facebook
him
or
in a
whatever.
long time.
But she hasn't talked to him in a long time. But Bobby John's awesome, man. I love Bobby John.
Yeah.
That is so funny. I mean, the accents on your season, you go a lot of different ways with all the accents. You got the Southern accents, Boston accents.
Well, what they did with me, you got to remember, I was on a tribe with all rednecks. I mean, I had to pretend I liked country music. They were like, yeah, country, like they were all in their own little world. And then you got me, from New York, and country music. And I would kept saying I love country music, man. Meanwhile, I've never heard one country song in my life, except Kenny Rogers, the Gambler. If that's country.
There you go.
So you just got to talk about that the whole time.
Yeah, country, man. And farming and milking cows and doing all of that fun stuff. Brandon.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Blake and
Bobby John.
Blake, Bobby John. That was Nakum. Yeah, Brandon Blake, Bobby John. Yeah, they were all rednecks. I was the only normal one over there.
I love it. So then that's why as soon as you switched it up, you were just like, I got to go with Steph because, I mean, I didn't realize you had lived in Tom's River. So, I mean, obviously Steph's from Tom's River too. I know somebody who bartended with her. So, like, it's crazy that you have to make the connection with those people because you just can't wait to get out.
Yeah, but you know what? I felt no love on the other tribe. So when I didn't care what happened. I was like, okay. But now Margaret and
Brooke?
What was her name? Brooke. Margaret, who was left from the room. They thought right away that we were going to stick together. And I'm like, I saw Jamie and Stephanie were underneath the tent. And I'm like, dude, I'm out of here. Let's go.
See you never.
Yeah, see you never. I like that.
Yeah, rest is history.
And that was it. I mean, I felt no love in the Nakum, so I had to jump ship right away. Probably
and why'd you go?
I did too.
Yeah, why'd you go Brooke before Margaret though? If you and Margaret got along so poorly.
You know what? I let Stephanie and Rafe and Jamie make that call only because Margaret was a little bit tougher at challenges, and we wanted to win more challenges. A little bit more tough, and not that much, but That's the only reason why we kept her around for another week or two.
Gotcha.
He was a little bit more, aggressive in challenges or whatever, but,
Yeah. Well, she ended up going the week after, so she didn't last that much longer.
Oh, God, thank God.
And I gotta ask you, you're a great, obviously you didn't even know it yourself, but you're a great puzzle solver. Did you give Rafe the answer of ancient ruin just because you didn't want Margaret to win?
Of course.
That's what I figured. Okay.
That was great. That was so
without
great.
a doubt. I can't even believe. I mean, I got that in a heartbeat. I was like, "Whoa, Rafe!" And I think she did hear me too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had it faster though.
And then I went back to camp. I ate some hot dogs. Actually, I didn't eat anything, to be honest with you. I pawned off a hot dog for a beer, a cheeseburger for a beer, a root beer for a beer, and I wound up stealing a beer too.
He did.
So that was it. I was about to ask, who was it? You're on the record.
Yeah, well, who do you think it was?
Oh my God!
I mean, if they say a beer was missing, I don't think there was, but if they said there was missing, it was missing.
Wow, the
That's
truth
amazing.
comes out.
And
Let's go back to the videotape.
I love you sitting there on the thing going, well, if I did drink the beer, who cares? I'm the reason we keep winning anyway. I loved it. Like at that point, it was like you were calm.
As you're drinking your stolen beer.
I mean, I did say it.
It's great.
That's
Great.
so funny.
I had to push that button where they get breaks. They were getting breaks, and they kept saying, "Judd, go in." Now I wanted to go in anyway because I'm a competitor, and I knew it was a beer and a hot dog. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm staying in. I'm coming in. So when I went up to camp, I made it known. Listen, you guys are eating this because of me, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I shouldn't have said it, but I did. But
That happened,
I
right?
said a lot of things that I said, but
you ended up getting an extra beer out of it.
I did, right? Isn't that great?
That's what's important.
Wow.
And they kept you. So you're doing something right.
For the last drop.
I wasn't letting that beer go to waste.
Oh, that was one of our bigger questions of the season.
What's that?
Yeah.
The beer. But maybe we both
What happened with the beer?
knew deep down who took it.
I don't really know if I took it, but if they say I took it, I took it.
Well, let me.
And let's put it this way: I don't remember taking it. I don't remember taking it. If they said I took it, I took it.
Backpedaling.
Do you remember taking the little stick that you were going to put in the fire that ended up being a 30-foot tree?
That vaguely. I thought it was a branch.
The heavy branch.
That's a heavy branch.
It's
I took a nice tumble down that way too.
I loved watching you tumble while Gary's standing behind you in like the pitch black, trying to like keep you coming back. He's like, "Come on, Judd. Come on, Judd." And there's you. No. We got to get this first, Gary. We got to get this first. That is amazing. It's great stuff.
got to tend to the fire.
Gary had me laugh the next. He's like, "Dude, you got to keep me around, man. I really took care of you last night. I really took care of you." I'm like, okay, whatever.
You were having a grand old time trying to lift that branch.
Did he hold your hair when you threw up in the?
I was determined.
What's that? Did he hold your hair when you threw up in the shelter?
Well, I don't have much hair, so he didn't do that. But
yeah, did he tuck you into bed?
Saw that. I don't think that was. Once again, I don't think that was me that did that.
Well, blame it on Steph. She's drinking cranberry vodkas on an empty stomach.
Oh my God! When she ordered a vodka cranberry, I thought that was the funniest thing. Like, Steph, you haven't eaten anything, and you're going to a bar and slugging vodka crans and vodka sodas. Oh yeah, she ate everything. That's a good point.
She ate all day, every day. She gained about 10 pounds. The only girl I know on Survivor that gained weight.
She gained weight.
I mean,
Well, that's what you said in your jury speech. That was, you gave it right to her.
Yeah, I had to. I was still livid. I can't believe I went home.
And in that jury speech, you're saying to her, "Are you still starving? Because I've seen you eat nonstop and everything." And really, you weren't lying. And everything you said in that jury speech was so accurate. It just came out as so like raw. Like you were just. Everything ticked you
The
off.
rollerblading and the ice skating was hilarious because Danny was like, I think I have. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? See, I don't know. That's what I believed. I mean, I'm like, all right, well, if you want me to say something, I'm just going to say it the way it was.
And now I want to ask you, you brought up rollerblading and ice skating to her. Where did you learn to do a cartwheel?
Oh my gosh, you are so good at cartwheels.
I only stopped rollerblading back and forth to work a few years ago. They don't make rollerblades anymore. So every time Alexa knows the best way to get around Manhattan is on rollerblades. I figured that out I've been at my job for almost 30 years. So I figured the best way to get from me to 42nd Street up to 55th 25 years ago was to get a pair of rollerblades. So I went out and got me a pair of rollerblades and rollerbladed until my wheels fell off, and they don't even make wheels for rollerblades anymore. They're done.
Oh my God.
But cartwheels too. I can still do a great cartwheel. If I didn't have to hold this iPad up,
can you make it good? Yeah.
I was going to say, we get Kristin to hold this for this. For the purpose of the podcast.
Actually,
you can't just say that.
I would love to do it, but I see the ceilings here are too. Oh, I can still do a perfect cartwheel.
You gotta see him do it. You gotta see him do a headstand and a handstand.
Oh, a headstand, a handstand, a cartwheel, you name it.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to send us some videos of this.
Oh, without a doubt.
This is awesome. Yeah, when you and Danny and whoever else are doing it, that was the most beautiful cartwheel I've ever seen.
I tell you what, I did watch that episode, and I did have the best cartwheel, though. I think I was like an 8 or something.
No question.
Sure. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That's all they do.
Yeah, we cartwheel. me and my twin brother cartwheel all over the place.
Yeah, but that's your party competitions. Whenever you have barbecues, it's all right. Cartwheel contest again. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Who does a better cartwheel, guys? Me or Timmy? Here we go.
Yeah, who can do the cartwheel? Who can lift the tree? Got a whole round of competitions.
Right. That's what I got to play with. Blood and water. I'd love to play with him. I would love it. Oh, that would be great.
Now,
that would be great.
Another little thing, we had a guy on here who's a good friend of mine who came on like a while ago, and he's a huge fan, and he brought up that this was back during the time, I guess they were doing like, was it Charmin or somebody was sponsoring like family things where they would say hi, how like, oh, we're so proud of you and all that when you got voted out. And they don't have it on CBS, but your brother didn't shave while you were out there?
Right.
No, he didn't.
No. Oh, this gets better. When we went to the finale, and I was up in the room. I think I went to change my sneakers or something. So somebody wanted to take a picture on the steps of all the whole cast. So I didn't realize it. So I went upstairs to change my sneakers and my shirt or something. So my brother took the picture, and they thought it was me the whole time.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
With the whole cast, with the cast.
Oh my gosh, he should have written with that. How long could they? He could have gone a really long time with that.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
You could have been he could have been sitting up there at the reunion, Jeff asking him questions and him going, "Oh yeah, I drank all the beers, and oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, me and Steph don't get along." He could have went with that forever.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting in the sitting pretty like in the audience.
Oh, that would have been great. I don't know.
That would have been amazing.
I don't think Jeff knows I have a twin brother.
Yeah, he does.
Does you think so?
Everyone knows.
Yeah. Oh.
He has to.
Well, he does.
Well, now he does. Hopefully he listens to this.
I mean, obviously, right? He has to be.
Of course, Jeff. Well, we're trying to get you back on. So, Jeff, we should just send this to him.
Yes, please. Hey, Jeff, if you're listening, please let me back on. I would love to get a second chance. I did get beat by 4 girls and a gay guy, and I definitely deserve a second chance. Thank you.
There you go. That's your pitch.
There we go. You heard it here first, kids.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now I want to ask just about this Final 5. The people who beat you, out of all of them, who did you want to win once you were out of the game? And how do you feel about now looking back on it, Danny, as a winner overall?
Oh, I wanted Cindy, without a doubt. Cindy all the way. I mean, me and Cindy were tight. I told Steph and Jamie, listen, you guys, I know you're going to knock everybody out. You're going to get rid of Brooke. You're going to get rid of Margaret. You're going to get rid of Bobby John. I know what you're going to do. I know it. But we have to compromise here. You have to keep my strongest, who I'm closest with, which is Cindy. I mean, if you can knock them out, I don't care about Nakum anymore. As far as I'm concerned, they're done. I mean, I'm done with them. But they listened. I mean, they kept Cindy around for as long as they had to. But I would have loved to have seen Cindy win.
Now, what is it
for Cindy?
What is it with you and Cindy? Because I find that I'm pretty surprised by that, because here's you, who you're from the city, you're louder and you hate the howler monkeys. And there's her, who's the zookeeper, who loves the howler monkeys and wishes she still lived in Guatemala. What was it with you and Cindy that meshed?
Why. Oh, I'll tell you exactly why. She would let me know. Of course, where we were at was infested with crocodiles, like infested. Like when we would go to tribal, you'd see them in the water. Now you go to tribal, probably I would say close to 6 p.m., dawn or whatever. And she would say, she would take me every morning. I'd say, Cindy, could you please come with me? Because I had to have some. I would wash everybody's clothes, and she would think she like, Judd, I can't believe I'm doing this with you. And I'd take my little dip. I'd take a shower in the lake, and she would be right there with me. And every day, all right, Cindy, I'm ready to go. Okay, let's go. And wash our clothes, and she had patience for me. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a lot of patience for me, Cindy.
Yeah.
So we just watched the episode where she gets her car, and Rafe's given her a lot of flack for taking the car. I think I'm cool with her taking the car. I'm completely in favor of that. Like, where would you have been in that situation? I want to know how you would have handled the car situation.
Oh, I would have done exactly what Cindy did.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a once in a lifetime.
Right. And I mean, at least if you don't win the game, you got a car. And she still has that car.
Yeah.
Does she really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is something, and I got to ask you about Rafe, because in this finale, we really see the duplicitous side of Rafe. So I want to know, with Rafe here, do you think he's playing this up like, I wouldn't have taken the car, I would have had to, like this nice guy thing, and then he goes and he ends up voting for Steph at the end anyway, after saying that he was more deserving than Steph, which obviously would mean Danny's more deserving. What was it with Rafe, and do you think that this was all an act, and would he have given up that car if he won, or you think he was just saying?
Rafe would have took the car.
Of course
Rafe would have definitely took the car.
Mm-hmm. You get a free car.
Rafe would have definitely took the car. See, Rafe had a good mindset about the game, but he would play it off like he doesn't really know. He would want you to pretend like, I don't really know, but he knew exactly what was going on, and he would have definitely took that car. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. He would have gave it to his mother or something, but he would have took it.
Yeah. And that's the thing with this car. Is this a no-win for Cindy? Whoever wins that, you either take it and everybody's mad at you, or you give it up and everybody says, well, she's going to win the game now if she gets to the end. This is like one of the first no-win situations we've ever really seen on the show. And you have to take the car at that point, because you give it up, you're never getting to the end.
And you never have a guarantee of winning the game, but you have the guarantee of getting the car if you win it. So take the car.
Well,
that's the only guarantee you have.
Without a doubt, and it is. That's a guarantee. You just got yourself, what was it, like a $20,000 car?
Yeah.
I mean, you got yourself a $20,000 car. Take the car.
Yeah.
I love that she's still driving that thing around. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. She's probably washing it right now.
Midnight.
Yeah.
She's just
at 12:30 a.m.
Doing a midnight wash.
There you go. I love it. And
awesome.
So Cindy, okay, then also with Cindy, you didn't really mention her too much, but she was a zookeeper, said she lost her job in the reunion. She's still zookeeping? What is she up to? I guess that's Alexa.
She works for a new one in somewhere in Florida. It's a new zoo. Involved in that. Oh no, you know what? I think she works with horses, right? Something like that. She knows how to talk to animals. Let's put it that way. She's definitely doing with something with animals, and it ain't me.
If she didn't have to talk to animals, she should have told those monkeys to shut up so that you guys could sleep.
Oh, I tell you what, Cindy loved every minute out there. She was like in her own little world, Cindy world. She was just Dr. Doolittle. That's what I called her. She would have conversations. Good. She would have conversations with the monkeys.
Oh my God.
She'd be like, well, that one's looking for the brother, and the brother can't see the sister. And she'd have this conversation with me about why they're yelling and why they're screaming. And she was probably right.
Oh my God, that's
so
funny.
Still screaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so
yeah,
loud.
They were loud. I mean, I tell you what, I was there for what, 33 days, but when Kristin went to see me, I was as calm as can be by that point. Because, you know, like I said, it was like it started getting a little bit easier for me. I was just, you know.
He was snoring.
Like,
I couldn't believe it.
It's like on vacation.
I was scared to death.
So
great.
And then I got to ask you, too, when Cindy does get voted out and she made that car comment, you have your fist pump in there. Was that in reaction to that? I feel like that was something that wasn't
awesome.
What, that she won the car?
No, after she got voted out, after taking the car, and she goes walking out and she says to everybody, I'll think about you when I'm looking through the moonroof of my new car and all that. I mean, you in the jury, I never seen somebody so happy to be sitting over on the jury as when Cindy said that.
You know what? There was a time I thought Cindy was the one that got me out. When I went back to camp and I kind of analyzed what happened, I broke it down that it might have been her, and I was like, wait, could this have been? But then again, afterwards, she was like, absolutely not, Judd. And it wasn't her. Yeah. But at the time when I got voted out, I was trying to run through my head what exactly happened. And I just had a feeling it might have been her, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just me hanging out with Jamie being paranoid too much.
Yeah. I'm glad she said that when she got voted out. I was like, you know what? You go, girl. You're the one who gets the car.
Oh, I wish she would have won the whole thing. I really do.
Wow. All right. So obviously on your season, you're the number one person that you want to win. Is Cindy your number two? Like, if you can't win, is Cindy the girl you want to win?
I would. You know what? I have to say, Jamie. If me and Jamie were tight down there. I mean, we were pretty close, but it's close between Jamie and Cindy. I would probably have to say Jamie though.
That's really surprising.
Wow,
I know
did
you're
not
friends
know
with
that.
him now, but it seems like you're driving everybody nuts.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, me and Jamie, we would go. He would be another one. We would, you know, they kind of told us not to go in the water, but you know, it's 120 degrees out. You kind of had to. So we would take dips every day, me and Jamie, and we would go and, you know, shoot the shit every day. And, you know, I would have loved to have seen him too, though.
Mm-hmm. And so when you were out, what was the vibe over in Ponderosa? Though? This is a tough season because we didn't get to see much of Danny's win. You know, it's always like considered one of the most like under-edited wins. And so what I want to know is, like, when you got to Ponderosa, what was everybody else's take? I know you were obviously Cindy. Was everybody else kind of like that? I know Gary was probably rooting for Danny, but where was everybody's head at?
Yeah, Gary was rooting for definitely rooting for Danny. You know, there was a lot of people rooting for Cindy. I mean, you know, Cindy was a lot of people there were rooting for Cindy. And Gary was going for Danny. And, you know, I think a lot of people, being that Stephanie just got done playing, they were like, you know, we'll give it to somebody else or whatever. But, you know.
Wow. I really wish we got to see more of Cindy. I feel like we really didn't get a lot from her. And now learning that she had all these great relationships with you guys.
Cindy was still very quiet, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cindy, you know, she got stuck with me, the loud guy. So I kind of opened her up a little bit.
Well, and that's kind of what happened on this season, I feel like. And that's why, you know, as the season goes on, the louder people get voted off, and you're left with a final 5. Steph's obviously very loud, but you're left with a final 5 that's Rafe, Danny, Cindy, Lydia, and then Steph. So aside from Steph, everybody loud's really gone. And I think that's kind of like what happens with Guatemala is people forget like what happens after final 6.
Well, I used to love going to work after I used to be on Wednesdays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Wednesday I'd be at the door and people would come up and they'd just say, "Wow, I just can't wait to see what you're gonna say today. I can't wait to see what's gonna come out of your mouth today. I can't wait." But yeah, it was kind of boring when we all kind of split, I guess.
Yeah.
You haven't mentioned her yet in anything. So what was your take on Lydia out there? Because she's one of the more controversial on this rewatch.
We get a lot of black and white on her.
Didn't.
Oh, Lydia was great, man. I tell you what, she kind of made your day. She was always happy. She would just get up and start dancing around, and you know, she was just a lovable person. I mean, she was, you know, she'd do a little pancake dance, and she's always cooking. She's always cleaning. I mean, when it came to challenges, was she going to do much? Probably not. But she had that way of just kind of gliding through the game by being Lydia, just a loving person.
Well, the best Lydia scenes are her dancing around, and then it cuts to everyone looking like pissed off that she's doing it. It's so funny.
Well, you know, everybody started probably getting a little antsy by day 30 or whatever, but you know, I never got annoyed at it. I thought it was pretty cool. She kind of brought life to the camp.
Yeah.
How shocked were you, too, when she goes out before Danny? At that final 4, were you shocked they got rid of Lydia instead of Danny, who, like...
Totally shocked. I was like, what the hell are they think? I mean, you're talking Danny was never in our alliance at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was on the outside looking in the whole time. And I said to myself, why? What the hell is going on here? Danny, I mean, Lydia was around the whole time. But you know what? I tell you what, though, coming back to who I would have probably voted for Lydia. Now that I think about it, she would have probably, you know what? I probably would have.
So
only because if it was Lydia and Danny, I would have definitely voted for Lydia because Danny wasn't even. You know, she wasn't even in our tribe. I mean, she was an outsider looking in.
So if you have Danny, like let's say Danny's in the final 2, because you ended up voting for Danny at the end, but who else would you have picked Danny over? Or was Steph the only person who you would have voted for Danny in that situation?
I would have, if it was Rafe and Danny, I would have picked Danny still.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Because I mean, you know, on that show, me, Danny, and me, Steph, and Rafe were pretty tight. I mean, you know, from what they kept telling me, don't worry, Judd, you're safe. You know, final three. So you know, that didn't work out too well.
Yeah,
so
we know how that works out.
I would have picked Danny though.
There you go.
I would have picked Danny.
I want to go way back because I just want to know, when you were looking for the idol, were you ever close, do you think? Did you ever see anything that was close? Never.
No. And you know what? Gary picked it off. I don't know how he did. He knew that it was a tree, a funky looking tree somehow. Now, back in the day now when you watch Survivor, it's always like in a funky tree. But now that was the first idol they ever played. But he had some intuition that it was in that tree. Like he knew it was in that tree. I was looking, I must have went probably, I don't know, 2 miles out of the way. I mean, I was way off. I wasn't even close.
Because as a viewer, we actually don't see him get it. So we don't know what tree it was in. Did he show you the next morning, like, what tree he found it in?
Oh yeah, he showed it. We saw the tree.
To the camp?
It was pretty close to the camp too. Like I said, I was I don't know where the hell I was, like in somebody's house.
You're coming across Mayan civilization. You're coming across tribes.
Yeah. I mean, I was way off. I was way off. I wasn't even close. Way off.
That's so funny. Yeah, now you got like 6 idols planted all on the same beach.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's like, you know.
Now how they talk.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I tell you what, I like it more now than ever. I mean, this is my type of game. The way they play now is my type of game. I love it. I mean, you can actually go to the jury and change your vote. If you were on the jury, you weren't even allowed to talk. If you were talked, if you opened your mouth, you were getting in trouble. Now you can actually go jury and change your vote, like in front of everybody. I mean, you can say whatever you want now. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. And it's just a louder game. They want the strategizing. They want the people who are, running around getting everything. I mean, I'm really surprised that we didn't see somebody like you. I mean, I guess Jamie, maybe he doesn't want to play, but I'm surprised we don't see people like that coming up on the second chance ballot who are, would play the game more similar to a lot of the people that play now.
Yeah, I think a lot. Yeah, I mean, look at what's his name did though. That was a little crazy. Tony. I mean, he went out like a raging lunatic. I mean, you got to calm down. I mean, you can't just run in that game and just,
He won though.
I mean, he did win his season, but when you're playing again and you see what goes on, you can't just run in that game. You have to get time and you got to glide into things. You can't just run around, where they're at and look for an idol right away. I mean, that's just like, whoa.
Yeah, he hit the beach going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, he hit it going. He hit it going tough, and that was a bad move. Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah.
And he's a Jersey boy. I love Tony, but I don't know what he was thinking.
We got to get just like a giant Jersey season. That's what we need. Do a fans versus favorites of Jersey.
I would love it.
I can be honest with you.
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
We gotta find some CBS producer. We have a lot of ideas.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, please. That would be great. East Coast against the West Coast.
There you go.
Yeah, that's another good one.
That's a good one. Something to think about.
Hey, I'd watch it. That's for sure.
I would definitely watch it.
What else we got? I'm trying to think. I'm like looking through.
I hope I play again.
Yeah, that's what we're getting from this podcast is that Judd really wants to play again. This is not Judd passed it up ever. This is Judd wants to play again.
Yeah. Oh,
Judd definitely wants to play again. Without a doubt,
I'm seeing a question in the chat. So if you're in the Final Four, do you eat the chicken?
If I'm in the Final Four?
Are you going to eat
that
the
chicken that they sacrificed?
Chicken?
No, because I wouldn't want to piss everybody off.
Yeah.
But how everybody else ate it except for Rafe. And then Lydia comes
I thought you meant the chicken that was on, what was it, Thai? Oh, I thought you meant that chicken.
No.
Oh. Yeah, no, you definitely don't eat that chicken.
On our episode, you definitely eat the chicken. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I love that they cut to you and you look mad on the jury when Lydia is explaining it. And I'm like, there's no way that is from them talking about this chicken because half of those people over there would be eating that chicken.
And they're all laughing. Like Steph can't hold it together. She's like, yeah, I ate it. Of course I ate it.
Yeah, like I said, she's the only one that ever played Survivor and gained weight. You would have loved that. Stephanie, she would have loved that chicken.
Oh, my gosh.
That's oh my god. So when you're go ahead, Delexa.
This is nothing important. I'm just saying, like, at least they showed us that chicken is like pure black on the outside. Mm-hmm. Like it couldn't have even been that good.
No,
but I guess
it doesn't
matter in the moment.
After 30-something days, I'm sure that chicken was delicious.
That blackened chicken.
Who sacrifices something? This is my question. Who sacrifices something and drips honey on it? I mean, they're just begging you to eat it. There was honey on that chicken.
Here, we're going to marinate it for you.
God, that sounds so good.
It actually does sound really good.
I know. I haven't eaten yet.
So another funny thing that was going on out there. They when we would be eating our corn or whatever we had, when we'd be eating something, Danny and people would pray before we ate. So I'm looking at them like, do you think God wants to see us lie, steep, and chill in this game right now when you're praying before dinner? People, are you guys out of your minds, man?
Oh
we're
my
gonna pray,
gosh.
and then we're gonna pray, but then we're gonna stab somebody in the back.
Oh my
We're
God.
praying for a meal, so it's okay.
Yeah, everybody
And
would
she
have to
said-
hold hands. No, the meal was already there. It was corn or something. It was already there.
Did you
Well,
guys
you-
eat anything except for corn? I feel like every single video of you guys, you're just like grinding that corn.
That's it. That's what we did every day. Just that corn. I stopped eating it after like the second week. I
Oh my
really
God.
didn't eat much at all
So
until
what'd you
I
eat?
won a challenge.
Yeah, just survive off the
Just drink
rewards.
water.
Yeah.
I lost what, 48 pounds?
40.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's I've never heard of anyone losing that much weight on Survivor. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I was up there with who lost the most. I was up there.
Yeah.
But somebody lost more than me. I forgot who it was, but somebody did lose more than me.
On your season?
It might have been not on my season.
Oh, okay.
I think it might have been Rupert. It might have been Rupert.
That would make sense.
Yeah, it could have been him.
Yeah, it might have been Rupert.
Yeah.
Damn.
Even on this season that just finished up, people were losing like no weight.
Well, they feed them now so
And
much.
now it's like you get
Every award is
glass
so good.
chandeliers.
Yeah, but
now,
where were they getting that? Where were they getting that water from? It looked like they gave them bottles of water.
Well, now you get a bottle and they got that well.
What was that well?
Oh, so they didn't. Why was the well there? They didn't boil their water there, right? Then no.
No, I think they boiled it, but they don't have to go find it like you guys had to do, or pull it out of the lake or the river, whatever you had.
Oh. Yeah, that was a nice vacation they had that last episode.
Yeah, no, I mean they had these freaking like glass like balls hanging off their tree, like for their interior
Right?
decorating.
Did you see it? That's what Philip sees in LA when he goes to all these parties. Those lights.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
In LA,
Survivor LA.
The lights.
I'm telling you, that's
It's
exactly
an
what it looked like out
They
there.
had them. Those lights. Yeah, they had a pretty camp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
bad. I know. and that water where the crocodiles are hanging out, that looked so murky on top of it. Like, how long did you have to boil that for?
Oh, all day.
Oh,
Hours. Come up and down, up and down, up and down. And it was not close either. It was, it was pretty far. It was murky and dirty and everything, but
yeah.
it tasted good. It
In the
tasted
moment?
real good.
Oh, I want to.
Yeah, you go ahead, Phil.
I was just going to ask you. I want to know, since now we're talking about just random stuff on here. What was something that we didn't see that you wish we would have? Like something that you just thought was fun, or something that was just. Is there anything that you remember where you're like, "Damn, how did that not make the cut?"
Yeah, I was in the basketball challenge, and I remember I towered. I think it was over. It might have been Blake, and I was like Jordan coming through and the ball. And Bobby John, matter of fact, said something to me. He's like, Judd, that's definitely making the reel. Definitely making the reel. I literally came over. I think it was Blake. Came over him and slammed the ball, and I scored the point. And I couldn't even believe I did. I was like, wow, man. And Bobby John was like, dude, that's definitely making the reel. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah.
And nothing.
I just love that your cartwheels make the reel, but your Michael Jordan slam dunk doesn't.
Right. Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Blake was the golden boy. We can't make him look bad.
The golden boy. Yeah, that was Blake. No, Amy made the golden
Oh,
boy.
that's right.
Amy
Oh,
made
yeah,
golden-
that was Amy's nickname for him.
Yeah, that was great. Golden.
That whole episode was so funny. It's like he's sitting there telling a story, and they cut to everyone, and they're like rolling their eyes or like walking away. It's so well done.
Oh, he would yap about the girls, all the girls he's got, the girls he meets, and the dates he went on, and it was just like, whoa.
Oh my God.
Too much.
Hey, Alexa, it's a shame we don't have Will on here. I used to do the podcast with my friend Will, and then Alexa filled in, and he loved Guatemala. Like that's like one of his like almost top 10.
Really?
Yeah,
Him and Blake would have been.
Will.
They would have gotten along great.
Oh my God, Will would have gone along great
Will.
with Blake.
You love Will. There you go.
Wow, things I never thought I'd hear. Wow.
Oh my God, that's
You might
fun.
be the first person to ever say something good about Will on this podcast.
Billy boy.
Yeah, see, we're all here for the good ribbon. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat just asked, since we're talking about the basketball challenge, they want to know, what'd you think of Brianna's pick?
Oh,
that was hilarious.
Oh,
That was
awesome.
hilarious. You had to see Stephanie going off on her.
Oh, so there was more to it.
Doing? She doesn't even. The poor girl didn't even know what a pick was. She had no clue, and they're like, "What?" She's like, "What?"
like
What?
a pick?
Everybody's yelling at her, and I felt bad for her.
She
I
tried.
She did try. She was just Survivor wasn't her game. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, Survivor wasn't her game.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I wish
that's
you could.
so fun.
Funny.
I wish you could see some of the more heated stuff, because like
These little
Steph-
things that you guys remember is hilarious.
Well, we just watched it too. I mean, and a lot of our fans who we did the rewatch so that everybody could really, get, just in the off season to do something. We're doing Panama next, actually. So we're everybody just rewatched it, and these little moments throughout when you have somebody on here who was there. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff's the best stuff.
Yeah, that's the part we love.
Oh,
'Cause we can watch it all on TV, but to hear it like firsthand, it's so much better.
Yeah, no, it was. I tell you what, it was the experience of a lifetime. I'll never get that back unless I play again. That's the only way I'll get that back. But it really is. I mean, it's just like whoa.
When I was there and I slept over the night, and I put my arm back, there was a bullfrog the size of. Let me see this. There was a bullfrog. Hold this. There was a bull. I went like this, and there was a bullfrog like the size of this. I screamed.
Oh my God.
God.
And Mindy was next to me because Cindy and Mindy and me and Judd and Stephanie and her boyfriend at the time. It was the biggest bullfrog I ever saw in my entire life.
Oh, I would have lost my mind.
Oh, it was crazy. And the howling monkey, like hanging over me, staring at me. It was the
Oh my
craziest
God.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
It was. I didn't know what I touched. I screamed. It was the biggest frog I ever saw in my life.
See, she probably thought watching Survivor that you go away on a boat and you take a shower.
Get a tent.
Like vacation.
I
I
mean,
have to sleep in the jungle and live the way they live.
Yeah.
Oh man, that must have been
nasty.
a rude awakening.
Yeah.
yeah. But then thankfully, she had her sexy camper there to help her out.
Thank
To
God.
save her from the bullfrog.
That's one of the best
yeah.
quotes of the season. She thinks I'm a sexy camper.
Well, I tell you, she must have been dying laughing as much. I never went camping in my life, ever. Now I'm making fires, I'm hanging out and telling stories.
Mm-hmm.
I turned into like the professional camper.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, you came a long way from that first challenge after the hike, where it looked like you were going to be the first person to ever like drown in quicksand on Survivor because you jumped off the canoe too early.
Oh, like Brandon says, it was the premature jump.
What did he say? It was the
But you know what
premature evacuation. That's what he called
That
it.
was it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you what. It goes back to Nakuma. When I jumped off that boat, number one, I didn't know it was going to be like quicksand. I had no idea. I just thought it was sand. But not one person helped me on the boat. They all ran away.
It's like how
They like left me there.
You're the first boot. That's what they're looking at it as.
Yeah,
like, we'll
like,
leave
get
him
this
go,
guy.
I'll go.
Hey, listen. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I don't blame them. I would have been like, all right, good. This guy's out. Good. All right, see you later.
Oh my God. There you
But,
go.
yeah, they- back on that boat or nothing. I had to do it all by myself.
Oh my
wow,
God.
some teammates they were.
Yeah, man. That's why I had to get out of there. I had to get out.
Oh my God.
I had to get out of there.
That is so funny. We actually made that picture the cover for like our premiere recap on YouTube.
Oh, I thought it was just going to be sand where I jump in and I pull the boat up. And when I just went down, I was like, oh, shit, dude. What did I get myself into? What did I just do?
Oh, my God. Do you think it was like how long were you stuck in there?
Well, it felt like hours, but it was probably a couple minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, it was. I couldn't. I had to grab onto the roots at the bottom just to get close to the boat, and I was hoping. I mean, I didn't even know there was crocodiles in there yet. You know, they had a croc expert come to the camp.
Really?
Yeah,
you didn't listen.
Because I kept jumping in the water, and then the croc experts came in and said, "Listen, you're gonna die. I mean, there's no. You're gonna die. I mean, we don't want you going in the water. I mean, you're gonna die. I mean, that's what's gonna happen."
I mean, just from what we saw on cameras, the crocs were right there next to you. So, yeah, I get where he's coming from.
Oh, I did too. I still think about it now. Like, what the hell was I thinking? But no, you're really not thinking that much when it's 120 degrees and you just want to jump in and jump out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it's a crocodile. I mean, he's gonna kill you.
Did you guys ever Did you guys ever get close enough to one where you felt like, oh crap, I might die?
No, when we would go to tribal council, we'd take the boat and they would take us to tribal council, and they would literally be on top of the water as the boat was moving.
Oh wow,
but,
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, that's what's so cool about your season. In any other season, you're never going to get a reward, which is a swimming pool, a crocodile-safe swimming pool. Like, that's so unique. That was the best.
That was the best thing they ever came out with, was that croc pool.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wonderful. Every day.
And what was
like I said, it was like a resort.
What was the pool party like? Because we never seen anything like that up till then, and we haven't seen anything since.
Oh yeah.
When that happened, did I mean, I don't know what you can say. I don't want to get you in trouble since you want to play again. But did production try to stop them from coming to you?
What, the crocodiles?
No, the other tribe.
For Danny's birthday.
For Danny's birthday.
Oh no.
I actually bet production would have loved that.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, I'm sure they were all enjoying that.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They never said nothing.
And that's happened before, I think.
Production's great. They don't, they mind their own business. They don't really get involved in too much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from what I heard, and if it is true, I mean, I deeply apologize for anybody whose feelings I hurt on production, because from what I heard, people are saying that, I thought I was kind of normal, but, evidently a lot of people on production just thought I was out of my mind and nuts. But, if
you know what it is, Judd? I don't know. I think you might have been ahead of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Russell was like their turning point where they were like, we want these crazy, loud, jump around at tribal council. This is back when like Jeff was still trying to keep it under control, and you're at the tribal with Margaret, and like, I don't think they were ready for it.
I think you're exactly right. I mean,
because you look at them. I mean, you look at them now, and in Game Changers, we have tribal councils where they're getting up and talking to each other. Like, now they eat it up.
Exactly. I mean, you couldn't do that. If you did that when we were there, I actually got in an argument with Jeff because Jamie was mouthing off to talking to Bobby John or somebody on tribal, and Jeff thought it was me. I'm like, whoa, dude, that's not me. All right. And he was getting loud with me. And I'm like, dude, don't get loud with me, man.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me that started screaming. But like you said, Alexa, now you can sit there and say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
So it has changed a lot. It has changed a lot. But if I offended anybody in production, I'm deeply sorry. I mean, I hope that's not why, they're not picking me again. But, I see what goes on now, and it's much worse now than when I was on it.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
have to get to the bottom of that.
Another thing I want to ask, I know it's almost 1 a.m. for you and Alexa, so I know you guys probably want to go. I gotta ask this though. Did medical ever come out at the beginning of the game? Because now medical comes out all the time.
I saw medical once for Blake because he was having like heart palpitations or whatever he was doing.
Oh wow!
And I never seen him after that.
Wow! So
That's insane. Now they'll come out for anything.
Yeah, no, they only came out once for Blake, and that was it. Oh no, you know what? No, they didn't even come out when we were doing the first challenge. Is when Jimmy broke his arm. He broke his bicep. We were pulling the boat up, and he thought everybody was pulling, but only he was pulling. And when he went to pull the boat up, he ripped his tricep up. But now, no, they didn't even come in the game that time. No, he went. He got voted out, and then they went to see him. But I only saw him there once. That was it.
That's insane. No way. And you guys, I mean, especially after rewatching your season, you guys had to have had some of the toughest conditions survivors ever had. Like, all your shoulders are like, there's no skin on them.
No, hey, it was tough. I mean, I got to say, that's why, Hey, listen, if you can make it in Guatemala, you'll do you can make it in any island or anywhere.
There you
go. I don't care where you are. If you can make it in Guatemala, you can make it anywhere.
I like it. That's another poster idea.
There you go. There you go. All right, hey, Philip, I got 1% left on this thing, my man.
That's fine. Well, it's totally good. Thank you so much, Judd. I know it's like 1 a.m. for you. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
Judd, you've been awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Alexa, I'll see you in the city, my friend. I'm
coming by.
If you ever want to come by, say hello.
7 to 3?
7 to 3. Oh, did you see you saw the bagel video?
We did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That guy was funny.
Oh, you see one?
That video is fantastic.
Yeah, rainbow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to come by.
Okay. Hey, listen, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you so much for having me on, Philip and Alexa. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for coming on, Judd, and we will definitely be in touch moving forward.
You got it, my man. Hey, you guys have a great night.
You too.
Take care. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Alexa, let's wrap it up real quick.
Let's wrap it up. It's 12:55 a.m. here in New York.
Alexa. Oh, my God. Wow. I didn't know if he was going to be able to leave. Judd figured it out. No, that was great.
That was awesome. She is, oh, my God, so candid.
Are awesome. For everybody, we were trying to get started at 7:30. I'm sure most of you know. Judd and Kristin are amazing. I mean, they stuck with it through the entire thing. There were numerous times I thought they were both going to give up, and they were just like, Kristin was so determined. She was like, I'm getting this thing started. I am doing this. It's going to happen. Judd was sitting in the background telling her it was an immunity challenge and that she better win the thing. I mean, it was so entertaining. What none of you got to see was so entertaining. There's some behind the scenes for getting this podcast started. It was great.
Yeah. They're such a good duo. And just like Judd said, I mean, we can tell he wants to come back. So I hope he makes it back. He was freaking hilarious tonight. He was great.
He really was. It was great to have Judd on. We're so happy we got him on. We're going to be doing Survivor Panama coming up. We might have something before then. Me and Alexa have to talk. We haven't really gotten to talk. But Survivor Panama, we're going to do our recap on Wednesday of episodes 1, 2, and 3. So watch. Get all into it, everybody. This is going to be our last rewatch of this off season, and then before you know it, season 35 is going to be here. But Guatemala's over. I don't know if we just recapped the finale. I don't know if I should call this.
We tried.
I don't know if I should call this Survivor Guatemala finale recap. But what did you really want to hear? Did you want to hear us give the finale recap, or did you want to hear from Judd for the first time in God knows how long? That was awesome. I loved it. I'm so happy right now.
I'm so happy. We found Judd may or may not have stolen the beer. We still don't know. He said he did, and then he forgot. We got a lot. I'm going to re-listen to this tomorrow because I want to hear everything he said again.
Absolutely. This was great. Alexa, way to be a trooper and stick with it. I know it's 1 a.m. for you. I have not eaten dinner, so I'm ready to get out there.
Now I want some honey chicken.
Honey chicken. Yeah, I'm going to have to go find a place that's open that has honey chicken. Not that I'm being picky. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Keep an eye out for when we're going to post, when we're going to be live. Other than that, anybody who knows anything, like let's figure out a way to get Judd back out there, man. He's still the same too. It's great.
Someone talk to him. And if anybody has questions for Judd, I work relatively near him, so I'm going to go find him. So if anyone wants a question for me to ask him in person, tweet at us, leave us a comment, do the whole shebang, and we will be back.
Yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday. Bye-bye.